You are now tuned in to the On Track with All My People podcast with your hosts, Amber Peters, A.K.A. Mizz P.
And Daitwan David, A.K.A. Dr. Change, ain't nothing strange about it, A.K.A. Mr. David, A.K.A. Ayo Mizz.
Oh my God, Daitwan, can we just start the show already? Hey, everybody.
Listen, no, hey, I'm gonna let y'all know Amber's pump faking. This is take number 2.
Listen.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is take number 2. She is mad nervous in 2023 for no reason. She got
Happy
a haircut.
New Year, everybody.
A haircut to be nervous. What's the point?
Listen, this is a new setup. Happy New Year, everybody. Like, oh my gosh. I can't believe, one, we're back, but one, we're back in person.
For sure.
Remember the last time y'all seen us, right? We were on the interwebs, right? Because
Virtual.
of coronavirus. We were stuck in the house. So now we're together. Finally.
I don't know how I feel about that, right? Because you're making me nervous unnecessarily.
Sorry. I can't help it.
So here we are, 2023, back with On Track with All My People.
We back.
Who are we with?
Me, Miss P. Hi, guys. My name is Amber Peters, A.K.A. Miss P, in case y'all didn't know. But those of you who do know, yeah, welcome back.
Welcome back, and I am Daitwan David. I am the founder, CEO of All My People, LLC. And last year, if you were paying attention, I created a superhero moniker called Dr. Change, and I'm running with it.
Jesus.
I'm stepping into my 2020. I wish I had a something here. I wish I had a something right there. If y'all didn't see this, I popped my chest open.
Listen, he only mad. He created Dr. Change because he was mad because, I've been Miss P in these streets.
Listen, that's not a special thing. Students didn't want to say your whole name. That's what they do. Hey, miss. Hey, mister. That's not special. But for your brand, you are special. I'm not gonna bring this energy to 2020.
You see how he do me? I just want y'all to see in real time how this man does me. I just wanted you to be able to see this.
I heard you. So I'm bringing in something new this year, but let's start off with you. 2023. A lot of people do New Year's resolutions. What is your resolution for this year?
I don't do resolutions.
So what do you do?
I'm not doing no resolutions this year. Why? Because they don't work. Halfway through the year, I'm gonna be like, nah, I want to do this. I want to do it differently. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna switch it up. So I'm doing goals this year. I have some real important goals that I want to hit. So for those of you who are new to me, since Daitwan told you his whole LLC, I'm on track with Miss P.
2023. I'm doing something different.
I am on track with Miss P, and part of my brand and work is around, technology and also doing workshops and things in schools. But I'm getting into content creation.
Dope.
And I'm super excited about that this year. Just like a lot of people have been gravitating to the videos I've been doing and liking them. So I want to do more of that. And also definitely some self-care, which we definitely need to talk about because I feel like us as educators, sometimes we forget that we need to take care of ourselves, right?
Let's pause right there real quick.
Okay.
I want to say something.
All right.
I remember back in the day, you was getting 4 likes, and 3 of them was from me.
Wow.
And now,
the nerve.
And there was a point in time where you were getting a little frustrated, like you was putting all your heart and energy into this, right? But you persisted.
I did.
Now your numbers are getting up there. I think your reach is getting up there. People are understanding the brand. So shout outs to you. I told you I'm doing something different this year.
Thank you.
I would have just stayed with clowning.
See? I was waiting for the clown. I was fully
but I'm not
waiting.
Gonna do it. 2023, I'm a brand new me.
Fully waiting for the clown.
But mental health, you're talking about that self-care. Why is that a goal of yours this year?
I mean, listen, I think all of us as educators, there's one time or another where you'll be working long days, right? Mm-hmm. Daitwan could attest to this because if you know this man got 14 jobs, right?
True.
Including the business, he's doing a lot much, right? And so there's times where we forget to take care of ourselves, but we cannot take care of others until we take care of ourselves. And it's something that I learned early on into my career was I was literally falling apart. It wasn't until I had my business that I felt like I was able to take care of myself and sleep and, eat well and, do all the things that I need to do to keep my body running so that I can take care of the next generation. Can't do it if I'm falling apart. So...
Yeah, I had this thought actually the other day. A friend of mine called me and she's getting into the mentorship space. And one of the things she mentioned was like how challenging it is to give of yourself consistently, and just more so getting into the concept of like we're oftentimes not being replenished, right? So within this working with young people, working in the service industry, of working with people in general, a lot of times those that really have a passion for it, they give their all. I have been there. But what I realized is that one of the things that I did not do well was establish boundaries and have a restorative practice for myself, right? To make sure that
that's a word.
I am restorative practice. I'm telling you, it's a word. I feel like I am preaching.
That is a whole word.
But a restorative practice to just make sure that we can be replenished, to be able to sustain and continue to give within the work. So that's one of the things I am trying to do this year more intentionally. We have a game.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Ooh, courtesy of Baron. Baron from Momentum Education, my homie.
Shout out to Momentum.
So Baron created this game. It's called Top 5. And it's a great game. And you guys should totally get it. So pretty much what it is, it's just game cards that you can play with anybody, friends, family, whatever. Okay. To kind of get to know like what people's top 5s are, right? So
now, let's hold on real quick. I apologize. Yeah. I'm being very intentional this year, 2023. Now, I need to know, I have a habit that I'm often criticized for. When you say game, is this a cute game?
Listen.
Or is it competitive?
This man is way too competitive.
I just need to know what we're doing.
It is a fun getting to know you situation.
But I know you already, so why don't I just get to the competition?
Lord God, he always got to compete.
Okay,
y'all, I just want to know your top 5. That's all I want to know. Can I know your top 5?
Top 5. Michael Jordan. All right,
I'm just gonna spread the cards on the table.
Okay.
Baron Wright, shout out to you for this game here. Pick a card, any card.
I'm gonna take a card. Once I pick the card, what do I do? Let's show. This is a pretty dope design right here.
Ooh, I'm putting that one back.
No.
I don't want to do that one.
I like this one.
Do it. Oh, okay.
I like this one.
I like this one too. All right. Your top 5 stand-up comedians.
Oh, fire. The GOAT. Eddie Murphy. I'm gonna go with Richard Pryor. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Dave Chappelle. That's 3.
That's 3.
Ooh. Ooh, I know I'm forgetting some. I am a big fan of I'm dropping 2. That's crazy.
Ooh. I got one.
Who are you gonna say?
Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac was right there. But there's another legend that I'm skipping right now. For the sake of time. Oh, Martin Lawrence.
Okay.
Martin Lawrence. Jeez, what was I doing?
How did you forget him?
Don't judge me.
Yours.
Now listen. The way
it better not be nothing crazy, cause
I love this.
I know it's gonna be something
you need this for your soul.
Good.
Top 5 favorite gospel songs.
Oh wow! How you do me like that? Mm-hmm. Oh man, some of them I don't even know the name. Is this one they used to sing in church? It used to be Professor Marsha Morton used to sing this one. It's like, telephone disconnect and you're waiting for your next paycheck. Tell you what I ought to do.
That sounds like James Brown. What are
work
you doing?
It out.
That sounds like James Brown.
Work it out. That's what it's called. Work it out.
It's James Brown.
Work it out.
That's not a gospel
There's
song.
another one. I need
That's
you to
local.
survive.
Okay.
Anything Kirk Franklin, like all of them. I can't even pick one. Let me see. Drawing a blank. I have so many like artists that I can't like think of a song in particular. So I'm gonna go with people. Ty Tribbett, anything.
Cheating.
Kirk Franklin, anything. Donnie McClurkin, anything.
Okay.
Anything he do.
Okay.
And then I had 2 songs, so there you go. Boom.
That's cheating. I'm gonna tell a quick story.
Whatever.
It
is what it is.
I can't get into the whole story because people don't really know me like that. But there was the Yolanda Adams song that I heard, "Guide Me Until I'm Sure," and "Ask You for Your Guidance."
Oh, I know.
It was a crazy place when I first heard that song, and I had one of those, those theatrical tears when I heard that song. At some point in time, I'm gonna tell the full story, but y'all won't get the story. That's when I heard that song. I was in a vulnerable place.
You was crying in the club, Daitwan.
Nah, it wasn't in the club.
He was crying in the club.
It wasn't in the club.
He was crying in the club, y'all.
It was a vulnerable place, and I heard that song, and I was like, man, Let's do one more.
One more.
You cheated though.
One more. Okay. All right. Okay. You pick first. You pick first.
I'm gonna go right here.
All right. I'm gonna go.
This is terrible.
We both forgot
This
to
is
at the
terrible.
same time.
No, because I know I'm gonna flip this. You can go.
Favorite female pop vocalist.
Pop? What are we talking
And
about?
female too.
Okay. Now. Female vocalist. Now, are we gonna consider Janet?
Yes.
A pop
she's pop.
artist.
Yeah, she's pop.
Okay, so
She's
Janet
pop.
Jackson, number one. Man, pop.
Britney Spears. No.
I'm not co-signing that.
Christina Aguilera.
I'm a Christina Aguilera fan.
Okay, we'll take it.
That's two. Kelly Clarkson.
Okay.
I'm just saying it just because. Pop.
P-O-P. Hold it down.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm probably gonna lose on this one. we gotta switch these questions. You got two more?
No, I ain't got no more.
Listen.
That's all I got.
My pop is not with it.
Mine neither.
Now, I already know that this is gonna be bland, but I'm gonna tell the people why. Top 5 strangest things you've eaten.
You know I don't eat nothing strange.
Amber
I can't.
eats
like I physically
bagels with no butter.
cannot eat anything strange. So I can't even.
I want to tell your business, but I'm gonna tell people I've seen you
oh my
struggle.
God. Why would you do this to me, Daitwan?
Top strangest thing, you gotta answer something.
I don't have nothing strange.
She's gonna say
what?
peanut butter and jelly watch.
That's not strange. That's yummy, actually. Potato chips or ice cream? Is that strange?
Absolutely, to me. I ain't judging
Sweet
you.
and salty? That's a problem? Seriously?
Potato chips and ice cream?
Yes, that's wonderful.
You like soggy chips? Like, explain this to me.
You're not crumbling it. You scoop with the chip. You eat it.
I'm fully judgmental. I thought I was going to change in 2023. It lasted all 12 minutes.
Okay,
I've never.
I can't think of another strange. What is something strange that I eat? I don't eat nothing strange. All my stuff is straightforward.
But you're making it sound like you have to consistently eat it. You tried it.
Oatmeal, that's strange.
You see, I told you.
Lumpy and ugly looking.
You done
slimy and weird.
You done offended half of the country.
But it's
you done offended half of the country. You said oatmeal is strange. Anyway, I'm gonna go with. I was dating now my wife, girlfriend at the time. Took her to a fancy restaurant in Boston, and we were waiting in that restaurant for over an hour before they gave us our meal. So they was like, you know what, we're gonna hook you up. I was like, word. It was like top of the hub, I believe. So you get a chance to oversee the entire city.
That already sounds good.
They was like, you're gonna bring foie gras. I was like, word, bring that over.
Ain't that raw?
So they brought the foie gras over. It was duck liver or something crazy.
Get somebody.
I didn't know that at the time. I tried to be fancy.
You ate it?
Oh my God, I was terrible.
I know your stomach was bubbling.
What? I could not be sexy for the rest of that day. There was no romance after they told me what was in that. So we're solid. But trying new things. So one thing in bringing up the new year, 2023, professionally. I know you talked about personally. You're not trying to set any resolutions. But professionally, what do you think you're trying to do differently?
Professionally, I'm definitely enlisting help. This is the year for support. This is the year for collaboration.
Sure.
This is the year for any type of help. And I think as a solopreneur, I've been a solopreneur for so long that I'm just like over it. And I am going to say, I'm going to put my cape down. They be like, black women can do it all. Yes, they can. However, they fall apart. I am asking for all types of help, right? I'm looking for sponsors this year. I am looking for an assistant this year. I am looking to get some talented young people. That has been my dream forever. I want young people to run my show. I want young people to be the one who is controlling the app, who is coding the app at some point. I want young people on my team. So yeah, that is the goals for this year. professionally.
I want that for you. I like that and love that for you. Support is necessary. The solopreneur. That is a triggering term because I understand that all too well. But we had to do what we had to do in order to get to this point. For me, I think leveraging technology a little better. We'll talk about technology in one of our other segments. Leveraging technology, definitely for sure. Asking for help for people that I trust can provide it, and then I'm willing to kind of let go and let them do their thing. And I think also taking up more space. We've talked about that.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like your, what you call it? We don't have IEP goals for adults. What can we call it? Not an IEP goal. Well, it could be, right?
It could be.
It could be because it's an individualized goal for you.
Yes, it is.
I think I like that for you.
I appreciate
Daitwan needs to be front and center. Y'all need to know who this man is, right?
Yeah,
like
I think so.
This the man right here.
I appreciate that. So just taking up more space, and when I mean that, usually there is a negative connotation about people taking up space, right? And I think that in many of the spaces that I'm in, I am not leveraging my skills in a way that allows me to propel, right? But I see a lot of people are kind of moving forward in ways that I support them. I love that for them, but I need to kind of, take up more space, be more visible, be in more of the places that I think it is expected for me to be in.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm trying to do. And so in one of the spaces that I think that's going to help is that one of the schools that I'm partnering with this year, pretty dope. I'm getting an opportunity to really help to shape what the college landscape and culture looks like for the entire school from 9th to 12th grade. And that's a huge undertaking, but I appreciate that they value what I'm bringing to the table.
Yeah.
And that they're also providing the assets. One of the things I want to talk about, I want to ask you, this is January. This is naturally a reset for many people throughout the world, but particularly within college access. One of the targeted groups that we're focusing on this year are the juniors for the spring. We know this is a time for them to start planning for their, college preparation applications, etc., or post-secondary plans, whatever that is. It is important for them to start to really investigate and do an inventory of themselves. Why do you think that is important for you, juniors, to really understand that?
So here's the thing. There's not many times or spaces where young people can explore themselves, right? I wish it was done earlier. I hate that we start in junior year, to be honest. I think we need to be starting earlier. But for the juniors, the more they can get done now, right, and the more that they can understand themselves, that application process is going to be easy for them, right? But what happens is we end up overloading a senior, right? We throw everything on their plate last minute, right? The whole summer goes by. They have all these opportunities where they could have actually did something and they didn't. They could have actually been doing a lot of the research, if not anything else, the research part, right? Knowing what schools they want to apply to and why they want to apply to those schools. So important, but sometimes I feel like we kind of drop the ball on those juniors, and this is the time now for them to really get it done, right? Really take inventory about who they are, what they want out of a school, where they want to go,
for sure.
What they're excited about, maybe even their career options. This is the time. And I think it's super important that you brought that up because this is a great time for them to get started with that.
So with that, one of the consistent plans, and I think it's something that is happening throughout at least New York City, is that juniors hopefully will understand the reality of where they're at right now. It's for some of them, it's going to be a shock.
Yep.
Right, because for some of them, first freshman year, second year, first semester of junior year, they weren't really understanding what the end game is. Right, I often reference the end game. Play on words, Dr. Change, Dr. Strange, him being able to kind of look at when Thanos was whooping their behind and getting all the Infinity Stones, right? Just being able to kind of look at, hey, this is the one possibility that you have to win. So in just thinking about that, a lot of my young people don't really understand what it takes to transcend to the next level. They haven't really understood. I can ask majority of my students, a lot of them don't know their GPA either because they don't want to. Right?
Or they've
never seen their transcript. They don't know how many credits that they have, right? There's a bunch of different things. So we need them to have a reality check so that they understand what's what. Because many young people, I think, are applying to options, whether it's college or otherwise, where they're just like, hey, they know the names, I'm interested, I'm going to apply, and they don't realize it doesn't work like that, right? So being able to like have an inventory, not just for the fact of getting accepted into other places, but to understand who you are and to investigate and hopefully leverage that as an opportunity to be like, man, this is where I'm at, this is what I need to sustain, or this is what I need to change to better position myself for other opportunities. So I think it's important. That's one of the things that we want to work on. And I think it is hopefully something that more people are going to gravitate towards as a best practice.
Yes.
Because I think young people should have ownership of understanding exactly where they are as they are, trying to proceed towards graduating.
Super. It's like, it's like, how do you miss that? When you're planning for this is essentially life.
For sure.
Right? Essentially, this is your life plan. And you skip the work, the inner work, you can't do it. You can't do it. And then what I get is like those kids that are like super disappointed, and it's like, did you crack a book, a website, anything? Did you kind of try to figure out where you wanted to go with your, like, you didn't do any of that work and you're disappointed? No, like, this is the time. So yeah, I'm
curious about one thing. How do we embed that kind of work early on, right? Because one of the things that I'm going to intentionally do is for the freshmen and sophomores, I usually do this anyway, like, let's look at your transcript, let's look at your interests, let's evaluate what is it that you're trying to do, and that has to be a consistent conversation. But what is something that can be done in a more intentional way earlier on for young people to understand that they have to take ownership of their education and how they're moving through high school versus it being something that is a responsive thing?
I think one, it needs to be like almost a training. You know how like we get PDs as
For
adults?
Sure.
I feel like there should be like a PD. Like, think about freshman year experience you had to take in college, right? I wish high school was set up the same way. And that way the young people are going through with this knowledge that like there's an end to this whole thing, and in order for me to get to the end successfully, I have to do these things in the beginning, right? And it be something that's embedded in them from the beginning, so that they're like walking through all 4 years knowing that I have to have a certain GPA, I have to do this, I have to do that, and if not just to go to college, but like just so I can graduate and like have, what I need to have in order to move forward with my life. That's one thing. But the other thing I would say is like having more spaces to actually like cultivate the self. I think sometimes we focus only on reading, writing,
for sure,
math. We only focus on those things, but like there's life things that they need to know that they don't. They might not have somebody at home that's helping them to kind of figure these things out. So like having more spaces where they can get to try things on and like play around with certain concepts and ideas and kind of figure themselves out a lot earlier. I think if they have more spaces to do that, maybe in their English class, maybe, right? Like in all these different spaces and places, they will have, time to just self-reflect. I think that would be helpful as well.
For sure. So I want to make sure that I do believe that there are some schools, some spaces that are getting it right. Some schools that are offering bridge programs from middle school to high school so that students can kind of get that understanding of what high school really means and looks like. So shout outs to those that are doing the work. So we're wrapping up this kind of intro session. I want you, based on what you know, as one half of this show, what are we doing with this podcast for this season?
Ooh, we about to get into it all. So one of the things that we were very intentional about this time around is to highlight and center people who are dealing with those tough populations, right? Like I always meet counselors that's like, I wish I had more information about this group or that group or the other group. So we're going to be talking about undocumented students. We are going to be talking about students who want to be student athletes.
For sure.
We're going to talk about HBCUs, right? Because that has been a thing that has been blowing up in the last couple of years. years, and we want to make sure that you have information to track your students into HBCUs if that's where they want to go. There's some other stuff that we got cooking, some other topics, but like those are the ones that we're focused on right now. Is like what are those topics or those populations where we need more support in, and trying to bring the best of the best experts in to have these conversations about how to best service those students.
Yeah, so I think with that, 3 kind of goals for On Track with All My People this year. One is to definitely like illuminate the things that are working well, and also the challenges within this space of supporting young people and also supporting professionals. Right, a lot of the conversations that we will have will be about best practices, things that we know a lot of people are going through that need to be able to, kind of be addressed. The other thing is similar to drink champs, right? Being able to give people their flowers.
Yes.
Being able to celebrate those that are championing the work.
Yes.
Those are change agents affecting change within this field. There's a lot of dope people that we've been able to be connected with directly, and also those that we know that we're going to be able to be connected with as we continue to grow in various spaces. And I think also the last thing is to kind of elevate those that are engaged in what we're trying to bring into the space. We have not found a space that is speaking to what we do professionally, and also the communities that we work with specifically, in the manner in which we think we can bring that to the table. So here we are, On Track for All My People. Amber, last word, what would you say? First episode, introducing this to the people. What is one thing that you want people to leave this episode with?
I want you guys to leave with, like, I just want you to get to know us a little bit, right? We're a little crazy, but not really, right?
I ain't crazy. I'm not claiming that. I'm not claiming
y'all
that.
Listen to this man. I know him in real life, okay?
Listen.
We come from this, like, with love, right? And love and passion, and we just want you guys to kind of get a better understanding of, like, what college and career access looks like and what this work looks like, because yes, it's fun, but also it's a lot of hard work.
For sure.
It's a lot of hard work, and there's so many different things that are changing and continue to change on us. So we're hoping that you want to come back and see us for the second episode. That's one, but also just like knowing that you have a space. There's a space here for you. There's a place here for you where we can talk our things.
I like how you edited that. A live edit? A live edit. I love that.
I got it.
So we need the FCC coming to get us this year?
Nope.
Okay.
They wasn't coming for us next time.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. So yeah, here we are, 2023, wrapping up On Track with All My People. Definitely, we, as Amber stated, we want to make this space a fun space, an educational space, a learning space, a community that we definitely are bridging, right? There's a lot of, like I said, a lot of spaces that we're both in, and we know so many remarkable people that are doing the work, and we want to make sure that is highlighted. So here we are, 2023, first episode, On Track with All My People, with
Amber Peters, A.K.A. Mizz P.
and Daitwan David, A.K.A. Dr. Change. There ain't nothing strange about it. Wrap it up.
Bye, y'all.